Hello and welcome to our Library Journey course. This course is provided by Tom Kang University Jackson Memorial Library. Our course contains 2 hours class. I hope all of you enjoy these 2 hours we arranged. And now let's start with the first part, Library Journey. Let us take a first look to our small reminder. I think all of you have one library guide, and our English guide to our library services is written in page 26 to 31. Before starting our library journey, I would like to ask you some questions. What does the library mean to you? And does any one of you have ever visited our library? I would like to provide some quotes about the library. There are some famous writers or novelists that they have written some famous quotes about the library. Let's take a look at the first sentence. An original idea that can't be too hard. The library must be full then. What do you think about this? And everything you need for better future and success has already been written. And guess what? All you have to do is go to the library. Do you agree with this idea? And let's take a look at the last sentence. Google can bring you back 100,000 answers. A librarian can bring you back the right one. So that's the reason why you have to know about all the services that our library provides. And I would like to let all of you to take a look at our floor plans. We have 9 floors in our libraries. And the first floor, we provide the study room and the book return service. And let's take a look at our second floor. Our second floor, we provide a circulation service, and there's a ledger corner and new arrivals books on hold. And we have something special, that is the smart shelf. And also, we provide a newspaper reading area, copy machine, and book drop service. And how about the third floor? The third floor is our reference service section. There we provide instruction room, reference desk, and here you can find some information commas. And if you would like to have a group study, we have group study room here. And how about the fourth floor? If you would like to read some periodicals or magazines, Now you have to go to our 4th floor. And maybe if you need some multimedia collections, or if you would like to see some famous movies and also some multimedia materials. Now you have to go to our 5th floor, and our 5th floor is our multimedia service. We provide there also tablets services. And how about our 6th and 7th floor? If you would like to read our Oriental language collections, now you have to go to our 6th and 7th floor. In addition, if you would like to see our Western language collections, you have to go to our 8th and 9th floor. I think after looking at these floor plans, you would have a very clear picture about our library. Now, let me show all of you how about our group service room. Our group service room is located on 6th floor to 9th floor. And we also have another group service room that is located on our 3rd floor that I have already mentioned before. And on our 1st floor, we provide 24-hour study room. And on our 3rd floor, we also provide an information commons here. In this information commons environment, all of you can enjoy a comfortable and an open discussion environment here. And we really welcome all of you to enjoy this information commons area. And if you would like to borrow or register our group service room, you have to go to the information desk that is located on the 2nd floor. And if you would like to borrow the group study room located on the 3rd floor, you have to go to our reference desk located on the 3rd floor. And if you need to use our 24-hour study room or information commons, all of the seats here, that is non-reserved. You can use this environment freely. Our library provides lots of services here, including the printed books, magazines, periodicals, lots of films, and also the teaching material films. And also the tablets, including the new iPad and also Asus Pad. And let me remind all of you about your borrowing and renew privileges. For example, how many books could you borrow? If you are a college student here in our library, in our university, you have 20 books borrowing privileges. And how about our loan period? 30 days. And you have 2 renewal times. And how about the multimedia materials? that is the CD, VCD, DVD, etc. You could only borrow 3 items, multimedia materials. And how about the long period? That is 4 days. But please pay attention about the multimedia materials. It is not allowed to renew. And the most important of all is that our overdue fines. That means if you returned your book beyond the long period, that means you have to pay some overdue fines. Per item, per day, $2. And how about the multimedia materials? Per item, per day, $10. Let me introduce our tablet service. Who can borrow a tablet? OTKU students and faculty members and staff could borrow a tablet from our main library. And when? Where? And for how long could you borrow a tablet? Mondays through Fridays, from 8:20 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you would like to borrow a tablet, you have to go to our non-book circulation desk, located at our 5th floor. And please pay attention that tablets could only be borrowed for 7 days. Renewals are not permitted. And tablets must be returned during service hour on time at the 5th floor of our non-book circulation desk, where they were borrowed. And the most important of all is our overdue fine. Our overdue fine will be $50 NT per day from the first day overdue. And last but not least, who is responsible for damage or theft? The person who checked out the tablet? Who is responsible for returning the tablet in good condition? In case of some damage, theft, or loss, the user will be charged the cost of maintenance or full replacement. And now, let's take a look of our library guide video clip. In this 7-minute video clip, you will see all of the services provided by our library. And don't worry, there are some English subtitles in these video clips. Now let's take a look at this video clip. This is our library building. And this is the exit. So, it is not allowed to enter our library through this exit. And look at the screen. This is our opening hour. We provide a weekday and also the weekend service. And it is not allowed to eat food and drinks. And you have to use your student ID card to enter our library. And this is our lecture corner and new arrivals. This is the borrowing privileges that I have already mentioned to you before. And here's the circulation desk. If there's a long queue, you could use our self-checkout near the elevator. And here is the books on hold and self-checkout service. And here is our teaching excellence exhibition area. And here you could read and enjoy the newspapers. And here is our information commerce located on the third floor. Here we provide computers and printers for academic use. If you need to book a computer at booking station, you have to use your student ID card. We provide online reservation here. Here is our learning commerce. You can arrange the desk and chairs and use this area to have your group study or group discussion. We also have a presentation rehearsal room and also group discussion room here. If you need some interlibrary loan services and instructional courses, you have to go to our reference desk located on the third floor. Here is our periodicals area. If you need to read some magazines or periodicals, you could read all of them here. And we also have a copy room. Here is our non-book material area. Here we provide lots of DVD, VCD, CDs here. And this is our borrowing privileges. Here is our new item selection area. And how about to return our non-book materials? You have to go to our circulation desk on the fifth floor and return all of the multimedia materials items. And we also provide our multimedia room here. If you would like to use our multimedia room, you could register this room on our service circulation desk on the fifth floor. And this is our tablet borrowing service. Our fifth floor, we also provide Oriental language collections and also dissertations and thesis. Here is our special collection, the European Info Center. Here is our Oriental language collections. This is our Western language collections. We also provide discussion room from the 6th to 9th floor. Here is our characters on the wall. That is located on the first floor. And here is the books on grid. You can use your QR code to scan the QR code, and you can see all of the new arrival books here. And here is our book drop service. But you are not allowed to return the CD or VCDs. And here is our teacher-student display window here. And here is the 24-hour study room. But you have to use your student ID card to enter this 24-hour study room. But except Monday from 8:30 to 12, we are not opened. And after seeing this 7-minute video clip, you will have a very clear picture of all of our services provided by our library. And now, let me introduce how to navigate our online library catalogs. I think all of your professors would provide some reference materials. For example, that's the reference materials. And I would like to let you know what information of a book you need to know. What does this mean? Kenny Linder. That is the author of this book. And how about the 2009? That is the publication year. And what is the Inside Steve's Brain? That is the title of this book. And how about this New York portfolio? That is the publisher. And now it's your turn to make some practice. What's the title of this book below? Give and Take. Revolutionary Approach to Success. And if you need to find some printed books, don't worry, we can help you. And please navigate our TKUL online catalog web pack. And what service does our web pack provide? If you'd like to find some books you want, you can find books by subjects or by specific author. And of course, you can refine your search. And last but not least, you could check your library account and know the detailed conditions of your account. And I would like to show you some search tips. Please pay attention to that. How about the Boolean logics? If you would like to search some books, you can use and or not. You can use these operators to create a very broad or very narrow search, and combines search terms so that each search result contains all of the terms. Let's give me an example. Travel and Europe. If you use travel and Europe, you could find some articles that contain both travel and Europe. And how about this word or? Let me also give an example for you. College or university. If you use college or university as keywords, then you can find some results that contain either college or university. And the last one, not. Not means exclude terms so that each search result does not contain any of the terms that follow it. That may also give you an example. If you use television, not cable, then you will find some results that contain television but not cable. Okay, that may show the table illustrates of the operation of Boolean terms. Then you will have a clearer picture of this Boolean search tips. If you use the Boolean word and, for example, to search hard and long, that you will find some items that contain both hard and long. And if you use this word or, to search hard or long, then you will find some items that contain either hard or items. And if you use not, to search hard, not long, that you will get the results that contain hard but don't contain long. Do you have any questions about this? Then I would like to introduce you of our quick search function of our Webpack service. Here is our library's website, and please remember our website URL, the www.lib.tku.edu.tw. And if you enter our library website, please choose our English version. And this is our Webpack catalog service. We also provide some discovery service and also the database, ebooks, journals, multimedia Webpack service here. If you would like to search a book, for example, to enter the given tag, that is the title of one book. Then you will find some search results. The first item, the given tag, that is the book we want. And here is the search result here. You will need to know the location of this book. Here, this is the shelf location. That means you have to go to our Explorer to find this book. And here is the code number. You have to remember the code number of this book. And don't forget to scan the QR code. If you scan this QR code, then all of the important information of this book, for example, the shelf location, the code number, and also the status of this book will show on your mobile device. And it's very convenient for all of you. It means you don't have to write some of this information. And let me introduce you how about what's the code number. The code number is this ping level with the code number on. Here's the code number. And if you would like to request a priority for an unprocessing item, you could use this priority service. And if you would like to make a request for a due date item, you can click this request item. And that means this item is checked out. And now let's take a close look about the search results. At this left column, you could refine your search. For example, you can search the information by language and also by format and author, and of course the publication year. And after introducing the quick search, let me introduce our advanced search service. You can use this search and find. Now let's have a close look at this advanced search. For example, you could search by subject. If you use some keywords, for example, the international relations, then you could get some search results here. That means we have 3,342 books relative to international relations. And you could also refine your search by language. For example, if you would like to find some international relations subjects books only written in English, then you can use this one. Or maybe if you would like to search some books, international relations written in French, you can click this item. Let me give you another example. If you search the materials by author, for example, to key the author's name, Michael Porter, then you could see we have 39 books written by Michael Porter. And let me introduce you our library account service. How to check your library account? The first step is to click this item, My Account. And then you have to log in. You have to enter your username and of course your password. How about your username? Your default username is your student ID number with 9 digits. And how about your password? Please use the last 6 digits of your birthday. I would like to show you my account. For example, you can see the checkout status. And you could also use this quick link. In this quick link column, we also provide some services here. For example, our new items, journal, resource, purchase request, priority process, other campus books, or collection blogs, TKUIR, book donator, union catalog, etc. If you would like to request for priority processing, you have to use this Apply Online service here. And if you would like to suggest a library to buy some materials, you could use this one to suggest a purchase. And you could also use this intercampus book request. Now let me introduce you how to search our ebooks. And this is our book drops service. The book return box that is on the second floor inside the main library near the circulation desk. And you can use this book return box during our library opening hours. And our book drops that I have also mentioned. This book drop is located outside the main library near the first floor office door. But you could only use this book drop during our closing hours. And please log in to your library account on the next working day to check your account or consult with the library counter where you return books to make sure that your books are returned to our library. And please pay some attention. The following items should not be placed into the book drop or book return box. For example, the non-book materials such as CD-ROMs, VCDs, DVDs, and video tapes, and oversized books, and book accessories such as CD-ROMs or floppy disk. Because of these items would be damaged easily, and some weighted materials. Please don't put all of these materials that I've mentioned into our book drop or book return box. And thanks for your cooperation. And this is our promotion activity during our course. This just to give you for some reference. And this is our first part library guide. And after our library guide, part 2, we would have one quiz. Hello and welcome to our library journey course. This is our second part. And in our second part, library journey guide, I will introduce you how to navigate our library journals and to let you know all the services provided by our library. Now, let's take a first look at how to navigate our journals. Before navigating the journals, I would like to let you know how to identify the journal title. If you look at this reference, do you know the title of these journals? What's the title of this journal? That is the International Affairs, the journal title. And how about this 75 and 4 main? That is the volume and issue of this journal. And how about this one? 743 to 758. Of course, that is the pages of this journal. And I would like to give you some reference materials here. I think most of your course professors would give you some reference materials just like this. Let's take a first look of this first item. What's the title of this journal? The Third World Quarterly. That is the journal title. And how about the volume and item? Here, the 22, that is the volume, and the item 6. And here is the pages, where this article located. And let's take the second item. What's the title of this journal? Of course, that is the Pacific Review. That's the journal title. And the 12 and 1, that is the volume and item. And how about the third one? The International Sociology, that is the journal title, and the volume and column. The 20 is the volume. And 153 to 173, that is the pages, where the article, what is the EU, look at it. And how about the last item? The journal titles is the Journal of the European Public Policy. And the 7, that is the volume and the pages. 787 to 805. And I think after looking of these reference materials, then you'll have a very clearer idea about how to identify the journal title. I think it's very easy for you. And now, let's take a look at how to find some journals. If you enter into our library website, you have to use this search and find column and choose journal service here. After entering this page, you could key some keywords here. For example, the Wall Street Journal. And you could see here is the search result of the Wall Street Journals here. If you look at this left column, you will see the version the E and also the P. What does E mean? E that means the electronic journal, and the P means the printed journal here. And you could also see the full text coverage, because if you would like to search some articles, it's quite very important for you to take a look at this full text coverage. For example, if you look at this first item, means this electronic journal, the Wall Street Journal Asia, its coverage is dated from 1991 to present. And you could also see the second one, the full text coverage, that is dated from 1984 to present. Okay, let's take a look at this Wall Street Journal online version. And here, we also provide some journal search services. You could also browse of the journals, for example, by language. For example, the Eastern journals and Western journals, current Eastern journals, current Western journals. And you could also browse the journals by your department. And also browse the journals by type, for example, the printed journals and electronic journals. And for the last part, I would like to let you know of the services provided by our TKUL. Here is all of the services provided by our library. For example, the multimedia services, the printed and scanner services here. And if you need some further detailed information, you could enter all of this website. And here is the priority process request, and also the interlibrary loan and DDS. What's the interlibrary loan and document delivery services? The ILL and DDS. The service is only for the request of items, which are not available in our library. That means materials unavailable in our library often may be obtained from other libraries or document delivery services. And who can use the service? All the faculty, students, and staff may use this nationwide document delivery system, NDDS, to access the interlibrary loan service. And if you would like to use this service and have some questions, for additional information, please do not hesitate to contact our reference service desk that is located on the third floor. Or maybe if you would like to ask some questions about this interlibrary loan, you could also use this telephone number, and the extension line is 2365. And here is how to contact us. If you click this icon, then you can see our reference services here. You could come to our third floor or reference desk, or maybe you could use the email services if you need some further information about the reference services. All of our librarians of the reference services are happy to give you all of the reference service. Here's our Ask a Librarian service and infos here. And I would like to give you some small reminders of our library, especially during our midterm or final examination. Maybe you could see lots of seats used by of the patrons. And I would like to give you some reminder. After using reading seats, you could request a time bar to again sit 7. And users will no longer occupy the seat if leave the seat for more than 15 minutes. And food and drink are not permitted in our library. And users are not permitted to watch their own films for using multimedia resource rooms. And this is our small reminder for all of you, and please cooperate with us. We also provide some database instruction and tutorials. Here is our online registration website, enroll.tku.edu.tw. If you enter this website, then you can see all of the instruction and tutorials courses provided by us. And most of the courses are lectured at the classrooms on our 3rd floor in the main library. And this is the borrowing and renew privileges that I have mentioned you in our Part 1 Library Guide course. This is also the service that I have mentioned before. And I would like to let you know our RSS subscription. And there are 2 ways to get the information about the new arrivals of library collections. The first one is our RSS subscription. What's the RSS? The service stands for the Really Simple Syndication, and the service allows you to identify the content you like and have it delivered directly to you. That means if you subscribe to this RSS feed, all of the latest news and additions to the website will be delivered to you directly. And the second way to get the information about our new arrivals of our collections is to visit our lecture corner and new arrivals. And this lecture corner and new arrivals that you have ever seen in our library guide video clip. This is located on our 2nd floor. And thank you for you to attend our library guide courses. And after listening 2 parts of our library guide course, I would like to give you a small quiz. Do you know what kind of identification card should students bring to them when entering the library? That is of course your student ID card. And how about question 2? According to the description about lecture corner and new arrivals on the second floor, which one below is incorrect? Please choose the wrong answer. That is the third answer. Patron can carry along food and drink. This is the wrong answer. And how about question number 3? How can patron gather information about new arrivals of library collections? All of the above. To subscribe to Library Catalog RSS and to visit our lecture corner and new arrivals on the second floor. And the question number 4, how many items of books and for how long could undergraduate students borrow? That is, of course, 20 items for 30 days. What messages in the library catalog can guide patron to the location where books shelved? All of the answers. You can scan the QR code on catalog to save location information. Or maybe write down the shelf location and code number from the library catalog. And question number 6, where is the shelf checkout machine located? The answer is number 3, on the second floor in front of the stairs. And question number 7, where can patrons apply for using discussion room? Where? All of the above. At the reference desk on the 3rd floor, or at the information desk on the 2nd floor, because we have 2 types discussion room. And question number 8, according to the description about 3rd floor in the library, which one below is incorrect? You have to choose the wrong answer. Number 2, the computer can be used by play online games. That is the wrong answer. And how about question number 9? Which description about the policy for using multimedia resource room is incorrect? Which one is the wrong answer? Patrons can carry their own films in and watch them in the room. That is, of course, the wrong answer. And question number 10, what are the borrowing limits and loan periods for undergraduate students when borrowing non-book materials? Of course, the answer 2, 3 items for 4 days. And how about question number 11? How much is the overdue fine for non-book materials? Do you still remember? That is, answer 1, $10 a day per item. And the question number 12, what are the borrowing limits and loan periods for undergraduate students when borrowing mobile devices, iPad Air, Asus MemoPad, etc.? That is, of course, 1 item for 7 days. And according to the description about book return box, which one is incorrect? That is number 2. Patron can return non-book materials. That is the wrong answer. Please don't return all of the non-book materials into the book return box or book drop. And question number 14. According to the description about using reading seats, which one below is incorrect? Please choose the wrong answer. Number 1, patron can occupy seats, buy their bags or notebooks. That is the wrong answer. And the last question. What is the T for obtaining a fine bag from the library? That is number 3, to finish 2 classes of database instruction and tutorials offered by library during the freshman year. Okay, finally, we finish all of this quiz. And thanks for listening to our 2 parts library guide. Thank you. See you.